All right, so here we have 4 cans of Rust-Oleum, whatever the red is, turbo cans. Do we think all 4 of these cans can paint this VW Bug? So we're going to attempt to coat it with those 4 cans. We'll see if that'll be enough, if we need a little bit more. But we're just going to do a quick scuff and buff on it. Nice little color change. Anything will be better than what's on it. Kind of give it a coating. And the thing is the inside's red. It's originally a red Bug, so that's original paint on the dash. So instead of take the dash, you know what I mean, all down and redo all the dash and all the interior and everything, I'm just going to color match the outside, so that way it's a matching little Beetle and it looks a little bit better. So stay tuned, let's see what we can do. All right, so what we're going to want to start with here on the Beetle is we're going to want to start with disassembly. And that's going to be all taking all the lights off, taking all the trim, door handles, the mirror, these lights, the antenna, side rails, trim rings, signal lights, possibly these little deals here, all the little stuff. Take everything off as much as possible, and we'll get into that right here shortly. So I'm gonna set you guys up, probably put you on a little time lapse, and we can pull apart all this stuff and get it going. All right, so we got the Baja strip down here. Got all the trimmings off of it. Fender beading. Took it down as far as, you know, I want to take it down to. Just tape off all that stuff. But pulled the motor out. That was fun. Getting it up on the start stand by myself. But got the motor out. And yeah, now we're ready to start sanding and do some masking and all that other stuff. Just gotta keep plugging away at it. Years and years of dirt inside there, inside the cracks. So got everything laid out. We'll go through, we'll clean the stuff that we're gonna use. We'll paint the taillight housings, and the stuff that we won't use we'll put away. But other than that, just keep on rolling. All right, so here we have the Baja Bug all sanded, prepped, and we still got to go in, do the nice little corners, get all the edges, get whatever we didn't miss. I want to pop the sunroof out of there to paint it, and I still got to sand this little piece right here I pulled out of the inside of the car. But yeah, just moving along on it. That's where she sits. The interior, I haven't touched the interior. Popped the engine out of it. That was fun, getting the engine out of it all by myself. But yeah, popped the engine out of it, and I'm just moving along. So I haven't been doing too much of the process because unfortunately this process is very, very messy, and I don't want to get my camera equipment or my microphone or all that stuff all messed up. So we're just kind of giving updates as we go along. And yeah, this is the process, and this is the messy part of the process, but it's actually fun. If you don't try and rush, just take your time and just don't try and do it, you know what I mean? Don't think about the whole thing, just do it one piece at a time. It's actually not that bad at all. So we'll continue moving, and we'll give you the update next time there's something big that changes from this step. All right, so it's the next day. We got everything taped off. We got all that separated, the stuff we're gonna paint separate. So we got this thing all taped off and ready to go. Still gotta get the windshield taped off, but it's pretty much ready to go. Ready to start wiping down and start painting. But it's pretty much there. All right, so it looks like we got it all ready to paint. It's all ready to go. So got it all wiped down with a tack cloth. Got the floor wet. So wish me luck. Let's see how it goes. All right, this is it. All right, there we go. First coat on it. Not too bad. 4 cans. Definitely not going to do the whole vehicle. We're going to have to, to get all the coverage, the vehicle wasn't primered, so you can see it's still shining through, so we're going to have to get some more cans, finish it up, but not too bad. All right, so Baja update. We kind of started slacking on the updates on the paint, and there's kind of a big gap in the assembly here. I just kind of, I had some issues with the turbo cans. The turbo can paint didn't work out as great as we thought. 4 cans did not cover everything, and the turbo cans were good for a lot of the coverage, but it spits so much that it leaves a lot of orange peel, and it's hard to get in the areas of the small spots. So when I ran out of the turbo cans, I got smaller cans of the same paint, and I went to go over it, and I'm not sure if it wasn't cured right, or somebody had pointed out that the turbo cans don't mix well with the smaller cans. So I ended up having a bad reaction, and it kind of got like that crinkly, veiny look to it. And then so I sanded it down. I color sanded it, not color sanded, but I wet sanded it, and I got it really smooth. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna hit it with like a 2K clear, and I went to hit it with the clear, and it just, I mean, I don't know if you can still see it. Here's a spot that I actually missed, and you can see all up along in here. Like, it just like, it crinkled everything like a wrinkle finish. It had it all over, hole right here, all over the door. It was really, really bad. So I ended up having to wet sand it again as best as I could. I mean, as you can see, it's a Baja Bug, so I'm not too worried about perfection. But I wet sanded it as best as I could, and then I went over the majority of the spots with the little cans, and after it was wet sanded, it really didn't have that bad of a reaction, and it came out decent. But then because of the overspray of the other cans, it kind of got on this area, so I should have taped that off, but then I was scared to tape it off, because then what if I peel the paint off with the tape because it was so fresh? So yeah. So anyways, I just started getting really, I'm not a painter. It wasn't, you know what I mean, what I really wanted to do, but I just kind of like didn't have time to do any filming or anything. And this is where we're at now. I got all the lights, all the trim, everything back on, basically back to the point to where it was before I started the whole paint venture. So now that we're back here, what I can focus on, my next things to focus on is going to be getting the sunroof drain fixed. So that way, because obviously if I don't fix that and I put a headliner in it and it does get left out in the rain, ruin my headliner. So I need to fix that sunroof drain. I need to put all the padding. I need to put the headliner in. I need to put the windows in. I need to put the carpet in. I still need to fix the pan before I could put the carpet in, so I got to do some fixes on the pan. And yeah, so with getting into this and with putting so much money into this project, I kind of was going to do this over time, but you know how that goes. Once you get into it, you're into it. I'm just not going to have enough time for this thing anymore. And I really wanted to keep it, and I really wanted to hang on to it, but with picking up the Karmann Ghia, and I have Herbie that I want to get back running to a daily driver status, so we'll be seeing this motor in another video, getting it running and getting it up and going and getting it in Herbie and getting Herbie back to a daily driver status. That is the motor that came out of the donor Baja Bug we purchased. And then this motor is going to be going into the Baja Bug. So this will be going into the Baja Bug, and I've already got a whole bunch of stuff for it. I fiddled with these carburetors, tried to get them to work, but they are 51s, and the guy that I got it from said that it worked fine with 48s, and then they put these carbs on and they started having problems. So I'm going to see if putting 48s on it actually does help it, because it's not running worth the crap with these ones on. But we got to get it out of here, get it all dialed in, and we're going to be getting that motor into the Baja Bug. We'll be using this transmission for the Karmann Ghia, the drag Ghia, so we need to get that differential out. We need to flip the diff, and we need to put short axles on this transmission and then put it in that Karmann Ghia, so that way that Karmann Ghia is the driver, and then the motor that comes out of Herbie will go in the Karmann Ghia. So kind of sad to get rid of the sand rail, but you know, you can't keep them all, and something's gotta bleed through. So we're gonna just continue on, keep going on the Baja Bug, and yeah. So the next updates will be, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and get the transmission in it. The transmission out of, so I'm gonna kind of like pause on this build, and I gotta jump over to this motor. I gotta get this motor all running, dialed, and ready to go into Herbie, so it's ready to go. And then this transmission's got to come out of this bug, go into Herbie, and then the transmission that comes out of Herbie will go into here. And then once I have that done, the transmission will be done. I could put the do the pan work, and then I'll start doing the interior, all simultaneously while throwing that into Herbie and getting Herbie running and driving. So we'll have a lot of little videos coming up. A lot of the stuff is backlogged. You're gonna just notice if you're watching this one in series of a lot of them that they just kind of like just came out because I've just been filming and then you know, taking time to edit and stuff and sitting down and getting all that stuff done is real time consuming. So all this stuff's gonna seem to come really fast and just happen, but I figured instead of dragging it out, I'll be able to post it and you'll be able to see end results sooner than later. So stay tuned, and I appreciate you watching all the build with me, and yeah, let's keep going.